Hey guys, welcome back to the Gamers Vault. I'm your host, James. Today is my full report. I was exhausted. That's why, excuse me, you did not see me do a report of the Snes Classic release. But I got some small video clips that you guys can take a look at while I was there online. So, what we're going to do about today's Gamers Vault. Couple of things. One is I may have a project or two coming down the pipeline. I know I'm sorry that it's been a long time that I haven't done anything, and you guys usually see a lot of repairs done on my video channel, and now you start seeing me doing more gaming news or gaming related Nintendo news. That's only because I'm broke. Beside buying the SNES Classic, I had to buy two of them, and I'll get to that in a minute. I really, it was hard. It's hard. It's hard to get the broken consoles because now people are starting to realize that broken consoles can be fixed to be working consoles, and even broken consoles they want too much money for. What's going to be in store? The Raspberry Pi. I'm going to make a Wi-Fi internet radio, and I'm going to invite you guys all in the process. I'm waiting for parts to come. That's why you haven't seen me do anything, and I'm more into the gaming news stuff now. Now that it's out of the way, I'm going to explain my adventure into the SNES Classic. But you know what? We're going to wait for my story. I'm going to show you some video clips now. Enjoy. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. As you can see, there was a lot of people in line. The night, or let me correct myself, the morning of. I didn't go to, I went to bed, but I woke up around 3 a.m. because I was beyond excited. But most of the time, I don't know why I couldn't sleep. I guess because of the launch and how nervous I was. I loved it. And mind you, I want you to keep this in mind. The SNES, I already had one. I always said I had one from GameStop. I did. So the SNES was perfect. You know what I mean? Excuse me. So I waited online with my mother, my brother, my stepdad, and my fiance. A lot of people, huh? Out of all of us, I think 4 of us got consoles. I waited online for a console, and I wasn't trying to scalp. So let me get this out of the way now. I'm a collector. If you haven't figured it out yet, with my game room tours that I took with you guys, I'm a hardcore collector of consoles. I love the retro consoles, so I always have a lot of games for it. And I'm part of a lot of Facebook groups, including the Retro Tech 100 group, guys, that I'll put down below. Check it out. And also I'm part of Transatlantic Retro Podcast, and I'll explain that in a minute. Also, they have a Facebook group. Check them out as well. So, as in my Facebook groups, I have a lot of hardcore collectors as well. And one of them is called Gamersci. I believe he has a YouTube channel. If he does, I'll put it down below as well so you guys can check him out. He announced to me that he got an extra SNES Classic. Now, you're probably saying, so what? Who gives a crap? I do, because he lives in England. Well, not really England, but he lives in Great Britain. Okay, he lives in the UK, and their SNES look so much aesthetically pleasing than ours. Don't get me wrong, I still love ours, the American version. So he said, listen, if you get an extra one, would you be willing to trade me for a UK one? It's like, definitely. A collector, light bulb, boom. Okay, so I was like, yes, I will definitely 100% do that with you. And he sent it my way, and I sent it his. So collectors helping each other. So I didn't make any money on it. Matter of fact, I think I spent more money to ship it to the Great Britain than anything else. I think I spent an additional $34 just to ship an $86 console to my friend in Britain. So there you go. So collectors always help each other out, and also you always want to do that good gaming karma things. Always pay it forward. Keep that in mind too, guys. Anyway, now that the SNES Classic is finally over, what is my overall idea of what happened? I'm going to read an article by GeekWire. Geekwire.com. I'll also link that. I have a lot of links to give you guys today. I'll also link that in the bottom below as well. But I'm going to read the article to you guys. Excuse me. This morning's launch of Nintendo's latest retro mini console, the Super NES Classic Edition, was a lot less frustrating for gamers than last year's NES Classic Edition. By most accounts, Nintendo shipped 10 to 20 times as many NES Classic Edition consoles to stores for today's launch than it did for the NES Classic Edition launch last year. But even with far greater supply, the system was still completely sold out just a few hours into the morning. I headed down to the downtown Seattle Target at 6:50 this morning to check out the line and expecting to see maybe 10 or 20 people waiting to get inside, while employees turned everyone else away. To my great surprise, there were 90 people in line, and the employees still handing out tickets for the 120 units they had available to sell. As expected, Amazon also sold Super NES Classics today on the Treasure Truck. It also sold out there in just 5 to 10 minutes. Despite the near instant sellouts across the nation, it does appear that Nintendo is making good on their June promise to produce significantly more units for the Super NES Classic Edition than it did with the NES Classic. So I'm not gonna go into it. I mean, I will definitely post it down below so you guys can check a look at it. I'm gonna read the update they did because it actually is pretty interesting. So here's the update. It goes, despite the gray skies, winds, gusts, and rain, there was positively festive mood at the Treasure Truck pickup this afternoon in Sodo. So Treasure Truck is Amazon's version of like a truck, an open truck, a dealer truck. So let's go ahead and go back. In addition to the Treasure Truck itself, there was at least one additional truck full of Super Nintendo Classic Edition inventory that Amazon brought down for the sales event. The Amazon employee manning the backup inventory truck declined to disclose how many consoles they were selling at the Treasure Truck in Seattle today, but he did say there were additional trucks with inventory nearby. The truck that we saw looked like it possibly stocked with around 3 dozen consoles when it was full, so it's probably safe to say the Seattle Treasure Truck sold at least 5,000 of them today. Alright, so and they got some good pictures here, guys, that I definitely want you guys to take a look at. I'll see if I can put them up here or here, one of the others. You guys can check it out. Either way, guys, it was a huge success. Did Nintendo make good on their promise? Let me correct myself. Let me rewind. Did Reggie Fils-Aimé make good on his promise? And the answer is yes, he did. He stated that do not buy them online, do not buy them on eBay or Craigslist or wherever you get it, whatever app there's on your phone, don't buy them. I will continue to stock more. And he did. He made fantastic good on the promise. Will he continue up what Nintendo stated? Nintendo stated that we're going to continue this up into the middle of next year. So if they constantly restocking them and they made twice as many as they did with the NES launch, they're going to make good on their word. And their word is law. So think about it. Reggie went to bat for us and with Nintendo of Japan, and came out swinging for the fences and hit a home run on this. So Reggie, yes, I'm not going to apologize of what I said in my previous videos because it still stands. Nintendo did some shady stuff with the NES Classic, so what I said before it definitely stands true. But I will give you a golf clap. You know, you definitely did well with your promise. I just hope you continue your promises up into the next year. Remember, Christmas season is coming soon, Reggie, so you might want to do the same thing as you did before. Do 2 times or 3 times as much as stock. When I was online, as you saw from the video, 45 was announced, and we saw that at 6 o'clock in the morning when I got there. And there was only 10 people online in front of Toys R Us, and we saw it there. So we definitely saw the incredible line for that. So, again, this is going to be really interesting how the SNES Classic continues forward. I am done. I'm not buying another SNES Classic. That's it. I did a trade. I got my own to play with. That's a matter of fact, just to show you guys, here it is. Here's my SNES Classic version, and I thought it was pretty cool. And I got the book, the hardcover book. I'll see if I place a picture somewhere around my video. I don't know. You'll see it. If you guys haven't gotten it, it's a really good book. It has a letter of Reggie Fils-Aimé first in the first pages, talking about his experience with the Super Nintendo when he was younger, and it tells you basically the schematics of the Super Nintendo, the concept art. It's beautiful. So that, and also, unlike, I'm sorry about my phone, guys. I usually shut it off before the video. I didn't do that. Also, guys, it doesn't show you strategy guides for the games, because come on, it doesn't show you strategy guides, but it does show you some good tips on what made the game popular. Pretty much from what I saw, why it made it to the SNES Classic. So again, the hardcover book was great. GameStop had an exclusive, whereas you bought the book, it was $44, as opposed to the $26 I got from Amazon. It was $44, but they gave you a Star Fox 2 lithograph. So that's pretty cool for the launch. Overall, SNES Classic, abundantly successful. So here's my theory. Here is James's theory. They're going to be putting this out to the middle of next year. Then, in the summertime of next year, the NES is coming back. So people who didn't get the NES, if Nintendo was smart again, they'll make 3 times as much so people can get NES. I do have a NES. I showed it to you in other past videos. I'm not going to show it again. So I do have the NES. If Nintendo keeps this up, we're going to see a Nintendo 64 Classic. The reason why I'm saying we're not going to see it next year is 2 reasons. One of them is because the fact of the matter of if the Pi couldn't perfect it, I don't see the Nintendo 64 Classic doing it unless they spend a little more money for it. And they want to also, remember, they're business people. They're going to see if it makes business sense to sell these classics. If they keep the cost low and the price is pretty high for them, they're going to continue to sell them. They're going to continue to make money for them because it makes them profit on the bottom line. There you go. I'm going to go ahead and shy away a little bit from the SNES Classic because I got 2 more announcements that Nintendo did so far. So let me go ahead and get to the next page. This is just a small ad blurb for it. Nintendo Switch owner. So if you're a Nintendo Switch owner, this is for you. And this is from Gamespot. Apologize. It may not be the virtual console service that Nintendo Switch owners have been waiting for, but the first classic Nintendo game is now available for the console. Today, arcade classic Mario Bros. Arrived with the Switch eShop, kicking off Nintendo's newly announced line of arcade archives titles. So this was a title launched in 1983, guys. And it's pretty much a 2-player one. You're Mario or luigi, and you're fighting it out, hitting Koopas and trying to get coins, and whoever gets the most points wins. It's more of an arcade 2-player mode. I thought that was phenomenal. Nintendo came out with that. Hopefully they continue with more classic games, because even though the SNES Classic is great, you can't add games to it. Side note, guys, the Transatlantic Retro Podcast, one of our co-hosts here, he's going to be editing it soon. I definitely invite you all to listen to it. as well as go to the Facebook channel. But also, this one I have several theories of Nintendo, what they should have done with the NES Classic or the SNES Classic, and I'm not going to name them here in the video. I want you guys to listen to the podcast, not because of just listening to it, but we make so much good references for it. So guys, sign up for it. Trust me, you're not going to regret it. The final Nintendo news, and I know, I'm sorry, I feel like I'm beating Nintendo down, but honestly, with the PlayStation still doing what they're doing as far as development, because I know for a feeling in my gut they're making the PlayStation 5, so there's not much I can tell you about it. But I will tell you more on it later. So Nintendo has made one last announcement. This is Nintendo Life. And I believe this is important because people who haven't bought the Wii U or the Switch and still have a Wii, this is to you guys. And I'm going to make a point, and this is my final point for the video to close everything out. Though there were plenty of teething issues with it, who could forget that tiny file size limit, the Wii Shop, marked a milestone moment for Nintendo, as the company made its first notable foray into digital game distribution. Considering the age of the Wii and the fact that all other online services for the console have been disabled, it was only a matter of time before Nintendo would announce the end of the Wii Shop channel. And now, that day has finally come. On January 31st, 2019, the Wii Shop will close its doors for good. Though the date for adding points to your account is coming much sooner, users will be able to add funds for their account until March 27th, 2018. After that, you won't be able to buy games from the Wii Shop on either the Wii or the Wii U. So Wii U people, I'm sorry, that's the same thing as well. They're going to end that too. It's a shame to see it come to an end, but this was inevitable. If there were any other virtual consoles or WiiWare games you were thinking of getting, now might be a good time to jump on those. What do you think? What was your favorite WiiWare game? So they're just going to go ahead and put their comments down below. But yeah, I like that question. What do you think is your favorite WiiWare game? Knock them down below, guys. Go ahead and put that down there, because I definitely am interested in hearing you guys' comments, concerns. Is it smart for Nintendo to close the Wii Shop? For the Nintendo Wii, yeah, I could see that closing it would make sense. But the WiiWare shop, no, not really. I don't think so on this particular moment. I don't think they should have. For the Wii U. Besides, it's pretty cool. All good things come to an end, so keep that in mind, guys. Overall, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed my video today. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Leave some comments down below. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that little bell. I guess it's over here. I don't freaking know. Hit that bell so that way you know when the new upcoming videos come out. And I will see you all in the Gamers Vault next time. Take care.
Konami's Castlevania 4 for the Super NES finds the evil Count Dracula back to terrorize the Belmont family yet again. Armed with a whip, a quick mind, and even quicker reflexes, you must battle boss characters and evil enemies through a myriad of the most complex stages ever created. Select your stage and let the adventure begin. Enter Stage 1 and battle across a bridge, through a room and a stable. Beware of the Medusa heads, skeletons, and skeleton horses that are enough to rattle more than just your nerves. Proceed to Devil Forest and watch out for the wicked water reptiles, snakes, spiders, and man-eating plants that seem to be very hungry. In the underground cave, you'll do well to keep your eye on the rocks. And remember, things are slippery when they're wet. As if there isn't enough to look for, you need to grab as much money, food, magic potions, and power-ups as humanly possible. After you complete 10 of the toughest levels created for the Super NES, you'll find yourself in Dracula's tower. And if you can get past his gang, you will defeat the evil one himself. The intense action makes other adventures look like kid stuff. With Konami's Castlevania 4, you can count on spellbinding sales.